8th grader Caden Hamby says she's mad and confused.
I just feel like we were like in plain sight, so I just don't understand how do you not see me or her? Like, she's just like, I don't understand.
She and her friend were hit by a car Tuesday morning while walking to school in Murfreesboro, leaving Hamby with a chipped tooth, concussion, and crutches.
I woke up this morning and I have like stiff neck, like it's ew, and my leg was sore.
Tennessee Highway Patrol's preliminary report says the students were crossing Fortress Boulevard from Blaze Drive when a 42-year-old woman made a left turn onto Fortress and hit them. Hamby says they were in the middle of the crosswalk.
We're walking, and because like we had the little hand thingy and everything, and we had a little timer or whatever. We were walking, and then I just happened.
Found out the driver wasn't charged or even cited. Courtney Allen joins us now. And Courtney, you learned the driver is a longtime employee of Murfreesboro Police Department.
Marius, that's right. The family says they were told the driver works for the city and will not be charged. So we asked why.
I'm mad, very mad.
Emily Littleton says she doesn't understand why the driver who sent her niece to the hospital this week is not being held accountable.
I have to watch my niece struggle to do basic things like eat. She can't do anything really, and to know that she just gets nothing, not even a ticket at all, is very infuriating.
Tuesday morning, 8th grader Caden Hamby was walking to school with a friend around 7:40. They were in the middle of a crosswalk in a school zone when they were hit by a car. Littleton says she briefly talked to the driver when she got to the scene.
Once the cops separated us, she just sat in her car. There was nothing, not an apology, not checking on the kids that she hit, nothing at all.
The family was told that day the driver is not being charged and works for the city. We did some digging and learned the driver, 42-year-old Ellen Drake, is the city's 911 communications supervisor. Murfreesboro Police says to avoid conflict, the investigation was turned over to Tennessee Highway Patrol.
Hey, it's Courtney with Channel 4.
So we called THP, who told us the decision to cite the driver is up to the responding trooper. THP says the trooper decided not to issue a citation. The District Attorney General's office took his report and told us that based on that report, she wouldn't face any charges.
I have no words here.
The family wants to know why, since drivers are cited for far less in school zones. The Murfreesboro Post reported in April of last year that local law enforcement cited 86 people in one day for school zone violations like speeding and texting.
You hear of people getting tickets for hitting parked cars with no one in them, but this woman hit my niece and another child and didn't even get a ticket.
THP's report says Drake hit the children at the crosswalk. That violates state law, which says drivers must stop at marked crosswalks for pedestrians in school zones. But THP told us, quote, every case is different. We have the discretion as law enforcement to cite or not cite.
It sends a message that if you work for the right people or if you know the right people, you can get away with whatever you want to get away with.
More than a month after a Murfreesboro city employee struck 2 children with her car in a school zone, she is now being charged in that case. WSMV's Courtney Allen has followed this from the very beginning and has the latest tonight.
The students were in school today, but we did talk to one of their aunts. She says that her niece is still physically in pain and traumatized by the wreck that happened at this intersection.
Emily Littleton says she never thought it would happen.
I freaked out and I screamed for Caden and I was like, Caden!
The woman who hit her niece, Caden, in a school zone last month has now been arrested.
I'm very excited. I think that some kind of justice needed to happen.
42-year-old Ellen Drake was charged Thursday with failure to exercise due care, a misdemeanor. A grand jury in Rutherford County found Drake failed to observe pedestrians in a crosswalk. We talked to Caden the day after the accident last month.
I just feel like we were like in plain sight, so I just don't understand how do you not see me or her? Like, she's just like, I don't understand.
Here's the backstory. On August 9th, Caden and another student were hit while walking to class on a crosswalk. On August 11th, WSMV4 learned the driver, Drake, was a longtime Murfreesboro police employee. THP told WSMV4 Drake would not be charged or cited. We asked why, since THP's preliminary report said Drake hit the children at the crosswalk, which violates state law. A spokesperson told us every case is different. We have the discretion as law enforcement to cite or not cite. So the next day, WSMV4 submitted a public records request for body camera footage from the crash scene. Our request was denied about a week and a half later because, quote, the footage is part of an ongoing criminal investigation and prosecution. Meanwhile, Littleton started an online petition which got more than 3,500 signatures and emailed THP administration.
And I let them know, that my niece was struggling, and how do I explain to her that because of who she is and who she works for, that she doesn't have to have any kind of actions taken against her.
Thursday, WSMV4 was the first to report Drake's arrest. Littleton says the family now has a meeting set up with THP this weekend.
I don't think that she had a lot of faith in the beginning that anything would happen, and she was really mad about it. But now she's thankful.